1.
Well, if you like the beach, the sun, and the surf, you might consider our Hawaiian vacation package. Or we can also arrange a trip to a beach resort in the Philippines.
Well, I've been to Hawaii a couple of times, and I always enjoy it, but I've never been to the Philippines. I think that would be fun for a change.
2.
If you like snow, we could book you at a ski resort. We have some great vacation packages if you like skiing. Or, for a warmer vacation, we can arrange a jungle trip to the Malaysian National Forest. It's very popular.
Well, I've just bought some new ski equipment and I'm dying to try it. I have to say that I'm not too keen on the jungle trip. I just hate all those insects.
3.
I'd like to do something really different for my vacation this year.
Well, here are a couple of possibilities. How about a trip down the Nile River? Egypt is wonderful this time of year. Or maybe you'd like to spend a week in the Australian outback.
They both sound interesting. But I guess I'd prefer the Australian trip. The Nile River might be just a little too exciting.
4.
I'd like to do something exciting this vacation. I don't want to just lie around on a beach.
How about whitewater rafting down the Colorado River? It takes you right through the Grand Canyon. That's really exciting. Or we could send you on a 10-day African safari. That's also very popular.
The safari trip would be great sometime, but I only have 1 week. I think I'll go for the Grand Canyon trip.
5.
We have a couple of trips you might be interested in. One is our Southeast Asian trip. You go to Thailand, Singapore, and Indonesia. The other is our tour of China.
China? I've never been there. I hear it's fascinating. I've already been to Thailand and Indonesia, so I think I'd like to visit China this time.
6.
Let me tell you about a couple of trips that might interest you. We have a 2-week tour of Europe. It's a bus trip. You travel in nice, comfortable motor coaches. Then we also have a train trip across Russia.
Oh, I love trains. And I've never been to Russia. I'm not too fond of bus trips. I get sick in cars and buses.
1.
I'm so excited about my trip to Asia. I've never been there before. First, I'm flying to Singapore from the U.S. I'll be spending 3 days there because I hear that there's a lot to see and do. I'll also be spending 3 days in Seoul. I hear the nightlife there is great. Then we go from there to Hong Kong. I'm planning to do lots of shopping there, so I hope 2 days is enough time to buy everything I need. I would really love to go to Beijing for a few days, but unfortunately, this tour doesn't go there. After Hong Kong, we'll end up in Thailand for 5 days, so I guess I won't be able to get to Tokyo or Malaysia on this trip. Oh well, I have to save a few places to visit on my next vacation.
2.
Well, our trip starts off in London. We've got a week there. We will also take the bus up to Oxford for 2 days to see friends. We also wanted to get to see Cambridge. I hear it's beautiful, but we won't have time this trip. Anyway, then we head to France. We have 5 days in Paris, which will give us time to see all of those museums. I wish we were going to spend a few days in Germany too, but this trip doesn't include it. But we do go to Switzerland for 3 days. I'm really looking forward to that. Then we end up in Italy for the last 5 days of the tour.
3.
We start off in Los Angeles. We're going to stay there for 3 days because we want to hit the beach and see the sights. We're not going to go to San Francisco this time because we've been there before. Then we're off to Denver to visit my sister. We're going to stay there for a week. I hope that's enough time because I haven't seen her since last Christmas and we have so much to talk about. We were thinking of going to Chicago after that, but we just don't have time. So it's straight on to Washington, D.C. and New York. We've got 2 days in Washington and 3 in New York. We'd really love to get up to Boston for a couple of days, but it probably won't happen. Maybe next time.
1.
After graduation, I'm going to fly to Europe and spend a couple of weeks traveling on my own. I'll be in Germany and France mostly. There are so many things I want to see and do. Museums, restaurants, clubs, cafes, all that stuff. I know my parents worry about me traveling alone, but I just prefer it that way. I guess it's because I want to be free. On those group tours, everything is planned for you.
2.
I'm taking a trip to New Zealand. I hear it's really quiet down there, and the people are really friendly. I want to go to small towns that don't get a lot of tourists. Then I could just check into a cheap hotel and do my own thing. I'm really looking forward to this trip. I guess it's because I need to go somewhere quiet. The city where I live is very noisy, and the people are rude.
3.
When I'm in London, I want to see as many plays and concerts as I can. I also want to go to all the big museums and art galleries there. I'm going to go dancing as often as I can, too. Basically, I want to see and do everything. I really want to make the most of the week I'll be there. I guess it's because I need some excitement. My life has been so boring this year.
4.
I'm going to go to Thailand this winter. I don't want to spend any time in Bangkok because I've been there before. This time, I just want to relax on a nice, quiet beach. I can swim and snorkel every day if I want to, but I don't have to do anything. I just want to relax. I guess it's because I've been so busy at work recently.
5.
I'm spending a month in Mexico. It's going to be great. I don't want to spend any time in Mexico City, though. There are too many tourists there. Instead, I want to go to one of those small old colonial towns. I guess it's because I want to practice my Spanish. I studied the language for 3 years in college, and I think I'll get to use it a lot more in a small town.
6.
My friend and I are going to Australia. It's perfect for us because Australia has a lot of cheap hotels for backpackers. They're great places to meet young people and travelers from all over the world. I'm really excited about this trip. I guess it's because the beaches are great there. I heard the east coast of Australia has some of the best surfing in the world.